Hello y'all, this is Roma Invicta, a Hearts of Iron 4 mod where the Roman Empire never fell. We're on the select country screen now, and to elaborate on the lore of this modification a little bit, the Western Roman Empire didn't fall in 476 AD, and so we have a number of featured nations here, and they are Respublica Romana, or the Roman Republic as they're better known, the Byzantine Empire, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, the Kingdom of Sweden, New Rome, the Triple Monarchy, the Empire of Japan, the Rus Empire, or I guess just the Russian Empire, or maybe it is just the Rus Empire. Then there is the Kingdom of England, Dictatorial Travancore, Prussia, Neutrality, although I think neutrality is meant to be Pakistan. Then we have the Mughal Kingdom, the Brazilian People's Republic, and the Northern Qing Empire. Some highlights of Roma Invicta's world I should probably talk about are the fact that the Western Roman Empire managed to reconquer territory through a combination of military strength and political alliances. Also, the Vikings never attacked England, and they landed in France instead, and so it seems they founded the Kingdom of Normandy. There was also no united Germany because no Charlemagne in this timeline, I suppose. And besides that, if we go over to the Americas, it's called Nova Terra instead. And in Roma Invicta, the Aztecs were defeated by the Romans instead of conquistadors. Also, speaking of the Romans, this timeline had a Napoleon Bonaparte, and his big thing was establishing a new Roman Republic, and he overthrew the Roman Senate, and his goal was to unite the East and West Roman empires. Obviously, he kind of failed since the Byzantine Empire is still a thing, but Napoleon IV is in charge of Respublica Romana, and I should mention in this timeline the partition of Africa occurred, although the borders are much different than our own world's scramble for Africa. And let's now go over the ideologies in this mod. And everything here is mostly just vanilla. It basically is a vanilla political system. We have democratic, communist, fascist, non-aligned, and there is the political advisor system. Research and production's the same, so is the military staff. Going to research now. It's just like the vanilla Hoi 4 tech tree, as of by blood alone, it looks like, yes. And decisions here, we have propaganda efforts, political actions, economic policy, prospect for resources, foreign influence, and all that. And that seems mostly vanilla, but there are a few focus trees in this mod. Respublica Romana does have one, and there is a Napoleonic monarchy path. There is give more power to the Roman Senate, empower the fascist party, and I would like to point out that the fascists of Respublica Romana and in Roma Invicta, they're led by Augustus Mussolini, so I guess Mussolini's still a fascist in this timeline, like in our own, except I guess he is really going to try and take over Rome and make his own Roman Empire, and he'll have a good chance of succeeding in this mod's world because as it's pretty obvious that Respublica Romana kind of already exists, so Mussolini's Rome won't be as difficult to achieve. And let's go over all of the countries of the world now. There's no factions, no starting factions anyway, so we might as well, there is one, and that is in Germany, and that is called the Longobard Confederation, and that consists of the Prussians, who leads it, Prussia leads it, then there is the Kingdom of Bavaria, the Duchy of Saxony, and Anhalt. Let's check out all the countries in the world now. We'll begin in South America, which is divided between 3 different states, and they are the Confederation of Nova Terra. I think that's how you translate this to English. Then we have the Brazilian People's Republic, and besides Brazil, they also have part of our timeline's Argentina, and they have Uruguay and Paraguay, and here is the Pampas Union. They're in parts of our own world's Argentina and Chile, and they're in southern South America. And going over to Africa now, we have the Namibian state, who is a puppet of the Roman Republic, and they're in parts of Algeria and Morocco, and I don't think Namibia is usually here, but they're just present in this area. Then we have Roman North Africa. There is the Ottoman Empire. They're a puppet of the Roman Republic, and they're stuck in Egypt and Sudan, and I think also, yeah, that's what they control. And going over more to West Africa now, we have English West Africa, Norman West Africa, New Roman West Africa, Byzantine Senegal. There is this territory here, Sfatal Faheimer. I don't know what this area is, but they're in Cameroon. We have the Kingdom of Normandy in Equatorial Africa and parts of the Congo. There is the Scottish Congo, effectively. Then we have Roman West Africa, or East Africa. There's the Byzantine Ethiopia is a thing, effectively. They occupy that territory anyway. Then we have the Independent Kingdom of Uganda, the Kingdom of Rwanda, and the Kingdom Burundi, although I'm just going to call it the Kingdom of Burundi. Then we have the Kingdom of the Netherlands, controlling Angola and Mozambique. And below them is the Kingdom of Nadabli. I can't say that right, but we have the Kingdom of Normandy in this territory here. I guess what is called Zambia, I want to say. And we have the Kingdom of South Africa. Then we have the Kingdom of England in charge of Madagascar. Going over to Australia and New Zealand, it's basically dominated by the Dutch. The Dutch have the Dutch East Indies directly controlled. They control a lot of Southeast Asia and Australasia. There's so much Dutch power here. And then we have the Empire of Japan in some islands on the Pacific. That's a lot of islands they control. Wow. Then we have the Sultanate of Brunei, and they're just surrounded by the Dutch. There's the Dutch Philippines. Wow. Then we have Dutch China here. They're a puppet of the Netherlands, obviously. We have the small kingdom of Siam. There's the Kingdom of Burma, although I think they're led by the leader of Bhutan from Vanilla Hoi 4. At least the portrait is the same, I think. There's the state of Yunnan. I think some of the flags in this mod are upside down for some reason. It seems that way. We have the Southern Qing Empire, the Northern Qing Empire. We're getting more into China now. There's the Balkhanate. They're led by Roman von Ungern Sternberg. We have the Khanate of Turkestan and Uyghur territory. There's the Holy Nation of Tibet. Is their flag like photo negative? I don't know why it's those colors. I don't know. We have the Empire of Japan, and they control a large chunk of Manchuria. They have Korea as well as Vladivostok. They have Taiwan. Japan's pretty strong here. They have the Kamchatka Peninsula as well. Getting more into the Indian subcontinent, we have the Mughal Kingdom. There's dictatorial Travancore. They're a Dutch puppet who control also Ceylon. And we have neutrality, although it's pretty sure it's supposed to be Pakistan. They also control Afghanistan, it looks like. We have now Russia and Iran. They occupy Iran. And here is the state of Azerbaijan in the Caucasus, the Kingdom of Georgia. There's the Byzantine Empire, who has lands reaching from Iraq to up to Romania. From our own timelines, 1936. The equivalent of that territory, we have the Arab Caliph here. And I guess that just meant to mean the Arab Caliphate. And that's led by the Saudi family. The family of Saudi Arabia in our own world. It has the same leader in Vanilla Hoi 4 anyway. We have Dutch Arabia and Yemen and Oman, it seems, and getting more out of Asia and more into Europe. We have the Rus Empire, very big, and they control a lot of Eastern Europe, as well as Iran, of course, and a large portion of the Caucasus, the Northern Caucasus region especially. We have the Kingdom of Sweden, who controls a united Scandinavia, as well as Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Finland. And we have the Triple Monarchy, and the Triple Monarchy is a Habsburg state, which consists of the kingdoms of Bohemia, Hungary, and Poland. And there is the neutral zone in Austria. I'm not sure what the deal is there. Well, it's not all of Austria. It's also kind of Croatia. There is the Kingdom of Serbia. And then we have more in Germany, Prussia, the Duchy of Saxony, Anhalt. There's the Kingdom of Bavaria with a very interesting flag. We have Respublika Romana. There's the Kingdom of the Netherlands. We have the Kingdom of Normandy, which may be led by the Bourbon family. I'm not entirely sure. There is the Kingdom of England, which is controlled by Edward VII, which this would mean that the Windsor family, although I guess House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha controls England. There's the Republic of Scotland, there's Ireland, they're independent. And I should note, I don't think in Roma Invicta there was like a great war. We have the Kingdom of Iceland, and they're independent, and the Kingdom of Sweden controls Greenland. And getting more over to Nova Terra, and well, northern Nova Terra anyway, we have the Viceroyalty of Finland, and that is basically Swedish Canada, more or less, yeah. There is now a bunch of Native American states, including the Iroquois Confederacy, the Ute tribe, the Cheyenne, the Cree tribe, and the Lakota tribe, and there is Japanese Alaska, wow. And now we have the Principality of Carolina, and they are in, say, the southern United States, kind of, on the eastern coast. From our own timeline, they'd control that. They're a puppet of the Dutch. And last but not least, we have New Rome, which is led by a member of the Borgia family, and they control all of Mexico, Central America, and a lot of the Caribbean. They have California, Texas, a lot of territory, just wow. And the Borgia family was big in Renaissance Italy in our own timeline. Very notorious, honestly, but they control New Rome and Roma Invicta's timeline when you start the mod at the very least. And with that, this has been Roma Invicta. What do you think of this mod? You can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. Once again, what do you think of it? Tell me in the comments section below. And after you do that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.